More than a simple wall, this is an empire's ultimate stone shield against the world. Stretching across thousands of miles, it cuts through China's most unforgiving peaks. Its oldest foundations were laid long before the modern world even began to take shape. Conceived by ambitious emperors, it was built by millions of ordinary, nameless hands. How did ancient engineers conquer these vertical cliffs using only primitive tools? Historians believe the earliest segments began as disconnected, localized earthen walls. Early builders utilized the natural topography, choosing the highest, most defensive ridges. Simple engineering methods allowed them to maintain consistency across rugged terrain. Massive amounts of local soil were excavated and transported by hand to the site. Before stone was widely used, rammed earth formed the core of the earliest structures. Compacting the soil layer by layer created a foundation as dense and durable as rock. Historians believe these early earthen segments effectively marked the imperial borders. As the project evolved, builders transitioned to using heavy stone for greater stability. Moving these massive stones up steep, vertical slopes required immense physical effort. Each foundation stone was carefully shaped to fit securely against the uneven mountain rock. The stone foundation provided the vital stability needed to support soaring defense walls. Historians believe an innovative mortar recipe gave the foundation its incredible longevity. This binding material sealed the gaps, preventing water from fracturing the base over time. The double-walled stone design ensured the perimeter could withstand massive external pressure. With a solid foundation secured, the stage was set for the grand structure to rise upward. Internal structural reinforcements helped these early barriers withstand shifting mountain soil. Historians believe these early foundations successfully linked previously isolated regional defense outposts. Every gaps in the terrain required custom engineering solutions to maintain structural integrity. The meticulous layout minimized vulnerabilities, protecting the base from harsh environmental erosion. Anchoring the structure deeply into the living bedrock prevented dangerous landslides during storms. Careful oversight ensured that thousands of individual laborers adhered to unified structural designs. Compacted rubble backfill absorbed ground vibrations, creating an incredibly resilient subterranean shield. Managing the moisture levels prevented the binding materials from drying out too quickly.
Historians believe early engineers deliberately integrated drainage systems to prevent seasonal water damage.
With the colossal foundation complete, the true vertical defensive barrier could now begin to rise. As the core structure rose, a complex network of timber scaffolding enveloped the mountain ridges. Every single brick had to be hauled upward manually, defying the extreme vertical slopes. Advanced brick-making techniques provided uniform materials that accelerated the massive construction process. The outer brick shell enclosed a massive core, creating an exceptionally thick barrier. Historians believe ingenious mechanical pulley systems helped lift vital supplies up vertical cliffs. Coordinated human power substituted for machinery,
driving the relentless upward progress of the build. Constant precision checks ensured the towering walls remained perfectly upright and safe. Segment by segment, the gaps across the vast frontier were systematically closed by builders. Internal corridors were built directly into the structure, allowing troops to move unseen. As the primary core rose high, the true formidable scale of the frontier defense emerged. Integrated watchtowers were strategically placed at regular intervals to maximize visibility. The paved upper rampart functioned as a high-speed military highway across the peaks. Every surface detail was optimized to defend the structure against seasonal weather damage. Crenellated parapets protected defenders while allowing them to launch counterattacks. Major mountain passes were secured with massive, multi-layered garrison fortresses. Iron reinforcements provided maximum security at the wall's vulnerable entry points. Stamping each brick enforced strict accountability and quality control across all workshops. The wall's erratic path deliberately follows the most inaccessible lines of the terrain. Internal logistics centers allowed isolated garrisons to hold out during long sieges. With defensive fortresses secured, the frontier was transformed into a continuous shield. Supporting this massive frontier project required an unprecedented, vast supply network. Tons of food supplies had to be hauled constantly from distant farming regions. Feeding the vast workforce was an immense daily challenge for imperial organizers. Fresh water was incredibly scarce along the arid, high-altitude northern mountain ridges. Industrial-scale brick kilns were established near the site to minimize transport times. The constant production of uniform bricks sustained the rapid pace of the construction. Meticulous administrative records tracked the massive resource flows across the empire. Pack animals provided essential transport support along tracks too narrow for heavy carts. Basic support facilities attempted to maintain the health of the vast workforce. Construction continued through brutal winters, demanding immense human sacrifice from the workforce. Inadequate clothing and extreme exposure made seasonal shifts a deadly threat to survival. The unforgiving climate tested the endurance of every single builder on the line. Torrential downpours turned paths into mud, making the lifting of materials incredibly hazardous. In western sectors, builders faced blistering desert heat that caused severe dehydration daily. Rest periods were brief and tightly monitored by imperial supervisors eager for progress. Failing to meet strict construction quotas resulted in severe punishments for laborers. Historians believe thousands lost their lives due to accidents, disease, and pure exhaustion. The monumental shield was paid for with an immense toll of human suffering. Despite the grueling hardships, the wall continued its unstoppable crawl across the mountains. Once completed, the structure transitioned from a construction zone to an active military base. Guards stood watch day and night, scanning the northern wilderness for potential invaders.
Historians believe an ingenious early warning system linked the entire mountain defense perimeter. Garrisons stationed along the wall maintained constant combat readiness against regional threats. Stockpiled weapons ensured that defenders could hold strategic strongpoints indefinitely. Daily routines kept the soldiers disciplined during long, quiet periods of border duty. Living on the remote mountain frontier meant enduring constant isolation and harsh weather. Basic amenities inside the stone towers allowed garrisons to survive winter deployments. Carved insignias marked the presence of specific imperial units tasked with border defense. Under the silent night sky, the stone shield stood vigilant, guarding an entire empire. Historians believe the twist is that the wall was not built to stop armies, but to send signals. By passing smoke signals from tower to tower, news traveled faster than any horse. Different smoke colors and counts revealed the precise scale of an advancing threat. This massive network formed the world's first long-distance military telegraph system. The capital could be alerted of an invasion hours before enemy troops arrived. Furthermore, it served as a strict border control point to regulate international trade. Taxes collected at these mountain gates generated immense revenue for the imperial treasury. The wall functioned as an economic filter, monitoring the flow of valuable goods. It effectively separated the nomadic steppes from the agricultural heartland of China. The barrier reshaped history, redefining borders and the flow of ancient commerce forever. Its ultimate defining feature is the iconic watchtower, a masterpiece of ancient engineering. Each tower was a self-contained fortress designed to maximize structural strength and view. The strategic openings provided defenders with a panoramic view while minimizing vulnerability. The wall's snake-like path remains a visual testament to humanity's absolute determination. Standing firm for over 2 millennia, these towers remain the ultimate icons of defense. Today, it stands not as a barrier of division, but as a monument to human ingenuity. Every weathered block tells a profound story of ambition, labor, and the passage of time. It endures as one of the most spectacular engineering wonders ever built by civilization. An eternal stone line etched into the mountains, bridging the past with the far future. The legendary Great Wall of China, an undying masterpiece of human history. The legendary Great Wall of China, an undying masterpiece of human history.